Today's Cowboys Report is presented by Manscape. They now have beard products and are going even further with their brand new Weed Whacker 2.0. I'll tell you all about those products later on in today's show. But remember, 20% off and free shipping with promo code Cowboys over at manscaped.com. Today's show is a look at some Cowboys cut candidates. The clock is ticking if the Cowboys want to have more than their currently rough $14.75 million in salary cap space. If they wanted extra money without cutting anyone, they could restructure the contracts of players like DeMarcus Lawrence, of Michael Gallup. That could free up a little bit of more money. I'm down to restructure Tank. I'm not sure you want to touch that Gallup contract at this point. But if Dallas wants to actually do things in free agency, there are some players who are still prime cut candidates. And to the surprise of nobody, we begin with Ezekiel Elliott. Now, the Cowboys and Zeke have had talks about a restructured contract, a pay cut, basically, that would bring down his salary and his contract. $4.86 million if you cut him right this second. $10.9 million if you want post-June 1st cut, although you would not get those benefits until after June 1st, but that would pay for your draft class and then some, plus some of your rollover funny off-season spending money come, actual regular season. But you cannot have Ezekiel Elliott, I would say, not even on your roster at his current salary cap hit. It is like $16 million base salary or whatever it is. But you can't even have him on the roster to begin the new league year. It's too much money for a player who hasn't performed good enough of late. Sorry, $10.9 million base salary. My bad. It's a $16.7 current cap hit. You can't be paying him $10.9 million. My offer remains the vet minimum to bring Zeke back. He can still contribute in short yardage. He can still help you in goal line and all those types of things there. But look at what he did the final 6 games. It wasn't nearly productive enough. He very much struggled for you. What's the benefit of having Ezekiel Elliott at this stage? Touchdowns are great. You didn't perform very well in terms of average. And the other guy, Pollard, was playing well. Does it make sense to keep him at this current cap hit? Vet minimum or bye-bye is my offer. Something tells me Dallas might go above and beyond the vet minimum, potentially to their own detriment. What do you want to do with Zeke? Hopefully next time we talk about him, it's a different conversation. We just have the news of what they've done with Zeke. C for cut him, K for keep him. It's the pinned comment on today's show. So if an ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Simply head down there and let me know. Let's go to Jourdan Lewis next up here. Now, his cap savings, $4.71 million. That number does not change, by the way, if it's a pre- or post-June 1st hit. Simply put, there's no extra year of his deal, so it's just the straight-up savings there. Coming off the injury, that's a pretty significant amount of money to potentially save if you are the Dallas Cowboys for a solid but not premier corner. And if you want to ride with DaRon Bland and or add somebody big in free agency or the draft, then you don't really need Jourdan Lewis, especially if you want to keep Israel Mukuamu in there at safety. Now, or at corner. Maybe you bring back Donovan Wilson and you say, Mukuamu, you're going to go play corner full time. Then you end up not needing Jourdan Lewis anymore. I'll also make quick note of here because I meant to have a full note for him. Malik Hooker, the safety, is the under-the-radar cut candidate. $3.47 million if you want to go ahead and cut him. So I'll at least make note here of Malik Hooker, who decent-ish. I would keep him. It's pretty cheap there, a $4.32 million cap hit. You save $3.47. I just keep him at that point. There's not that much dead money, but I think he's a fine player for you. So I'll make note of Malik Hooker, who I don't want to cut. But who do you want to cut? Maybe it is Malik Hooker for you. Maybe you want to make sure you pay and keep and pay Donovan Wilson. Who do you want to dump if you are Dallas? Let me know right now in the comments section. A public service announcement now from our friends over at Manscaped. They have beard products and are going even further with the brand new Weed Whacker 2.0. The leaders in below-the-waist grooming are traveling north of your South Pole with their revolutionary grooming products. The new Weed Whacker 2.0 and the beard line confirms they have all the best tools for your hygiene toolbox. Upgrade your game by going to manscaped.com and using promo code Cowboys for 20% off and free shipping. The Beard Hedger Pro Kit is the best It's the ultimate package in the end to craft your signature look. Waterproof, cordless trimmer, 20 different hair cutting lengths. Then they'll give you beard shampoo, beard conditioner, beard oil, beard balm, some other goodies as well, like the beard brush, the comb, and the scissors as well. The Weed Whacker 2.0 offers improved blades and skin-safe technology to keep an eye out for those tough-to-trim ear or nose hairs. So get 20% off and free shipping with our code COWBOYS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code COWBOYS. Make sure you're using the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. Tyron Smith is next up here, and I think there will be a resolution, in the words of ESPN, for Tyron Smith's contract in the not-too-distant future. I think they want to bring him back, but you save a lot of money with the release. $9.59, you cut him right this second. $13.6 after June 1st. You probably do your post-June 1st. $9.5 million is a lot of money. Now you can actually spend, if the Cowboys ever would actually do that finally, in free agency. I think what would likely happen here is either A, straight pay cut, or B, a extension that's kind of disguised as a pay cut, gets him a little bit more guaranteed short term. Exact same thing happened with DeMarcus Lawrence last year, by the way. If you bring back Tyron Smith, you could start him at left tackle, play Tyler Smith at left guard, and assuming Terrence Steele can play week 1, that's your 5 offensive linemen. Maybe you want to make Tyron your new swing tackle in case Steele's not back yet, or you also got to remember this. He's not going to play every game. There's no way. Tyron isn't letting in forever. You can't assume that's going to be the case because you know what happens when you assume. So even if you bring back Tyron, you still have to invest in a pretty premium, whether it's an other left guard option or another tackle option in case he can't go. And that makes it a little bit dicey from that standpoint. So will Tyron Smith be back in 2023? Y for yes, N for no. I'm going to guess yes, he's back at a very different contract number, but I think we'll know in the not-too-distant future. Time for some under-the-radar cut candidates here. Dorance, Armstrong. You could save a decent amount of money, 4.25 before June 1st, 5.75 after June 1st. And the first 11 games from Dorance Armstrong, yeah, the emojis check out here. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. 8 sacks, 7 TFLs, 30 pressures. The last 8 games, in the words of Olivia, half a sack, 2 TFLs, 13 pressures, only 5 quarterback hits. He was a bit banged up, to be fair, but that is significant savings. I am inclined to keep him. For now, I wouldn't mind shopping if you take a premium draft pick, by the way, at edge rusher, because you got Micah, you got Tank, Sam Williams, Chauncey Golston. I'm going to let Dante Fowler walk, and I'll sign a cheap veteran to fill that exact role, because what you should be doing is let him walk, bring him in. Let him walk, bring him in, and just keep getting comp picks that way. That's a good manipulation of the comp pick process. Defensive lineman Neville Gallimore. I think he stays. There was a report from Jordan Schultz saying he was going to stay. I would also make note that no one said otherwise outside of people like me speculating. It was also described as an ascending player, which he was not last year. Neville Gallimore has not had the ascent. He's not had the breakout yet in his NFL career. I thought it was coming in 2021. Was banged up, didn't play a ton, basically had a splash play almost every game he played in 2020 and 2021. And then this year, the dude was a healthy scratch in a playoff game. That is not great. For now, your defensive line core is Os Odigizua, Quinton Bohanna, and Neville Gallimore. Because Hankins and Watkins, 2 key rotation pieces for you, were free agents. Probably messed up by letting John Ridgeway walk, unfortunately. But I think Gallimore's safe for now. I think he's more of a, hey, if he does not have a great preseason or great training camp, he's going to be on your roster bubble at that point. The Cowboys will make moves this offseason. Are they the moves we want? History says, doubt it. But when they make moves, we will break it down. So make sure you guys are subscribed. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. A few lesser cuts I want to spend some time on here. I think these are more, again, not cuts right now, though you could, but cuts come, preseason training camp time. Will Grier, if he's not your backup, $1.8 million, just dump him. Devontae Bond is probably not going to make your roster. He's at $1.08 million. Ian Bunting is $870K. Kelvin Joseph, Deshaun Wright. Those guys are on the roster bubble entering this year. No one's going to trade for him. Keep that in mind. So you're throwing in of Kelvin Joseph in a trade isn't going to work out there. I will make note, that's the savings for, the numbers are just the overall savings. Because of the top 51 rule, you're kind of the top 51 players, it's about $500,000, $60,000 less than the number you see because you have to pull someone else in to count in that top 51. So it's just the overall savings. There's a little bit. That's why you see some differences in the numbers on Over the Cap Spotrac there when it's all said and done. I think those guys stick around for now. But if you go corner in round 1, for example, you might be shopping Kelvin Joseph and Deshaun Wright. So I think more moves are coming for Dallas. Make sure you guys are locked in with notifications turned on.